Oh, hello everyone. It's the Cursing Seamstress. Thank you for joining me today. I apologize for my voice. I have just a slight cold. I'm getting over it with the help of Benadryl and nasal quart. I have a few things to show you today. This is going to be a video with an accumulation of things that I bought over the past week and a half or so. Some patterns that I've downloaded as PDFs, free things that I'll show you. First, I want to start off with a pattern that I made. It's a little girl's dress pattern. I don't have a little girl. I don't have a little girl grandchild who wears a size 5, but I, for some reason, felt compelled to sew a garment, and I did. This is not a difficult pattern at all. It's pretty much a standard round-necked bodice and a zippered back, and the skirt is pretty much a circle skirt. The bodice is lined. And all of this was done with fabric that either was given to me, like this is Mary Engelbright, if you remember her. I don't think she's still designing, I'm not sure. But she used to be really popular back in the 80s and 90s, I think. So this is Mary Engelbright fabric that I used for the exterior. The interior is just a green fabric that was given to me. It's a cotton. It's pretty dated. And the skirt part of this pattern was fabric that I think I bought at an auction house that wasn't being auctioned off, but it was an auction house that also bought contents of storage bins that had not been paid for. And they had bought what was in there. There was a bunch of sewing stuff, fabric and patterns and embroidery thread and everything. This was years ago. And so that's what the bottom is made of. So it was not difficult to do at all. And I enjoyed it. It's just a cute little size 5 dress. So that's that. I did make one pillow cover over the past couple of weeks. This is an envelope style back, and I did something a little bit different. I did not embroider this. Instead, I did an applique. This fabric I've had for a long time. I did buy this fabric, and the dog is made out of a sort of a fuzzy brown fabric that I made my little grandson a vest of, and I don't know that I showed that to you last time. If I didn't, I'll try to get a picture and show it to you, but that's it. And I just put a ribbon around it and stitched that on there, and I used purchased piping around the edges. And this, I think, is just so cute for, especially for Christmas, but really you could use it for any time of the year if you're a dog lover, Dachshund lover. All right, that's that. I went to Goodwill and to the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters thrift store yesterday. Goodwill was a bust. They really didn't have anything. They had a lot of patterns. Their pattern prices for used patterns was as much as you could buy patterns on sale. When Butterick and McCall's and Vogue have sales, you know, for $2, $2.99, whatever. These were pretty close to that price, and they had been used and they were dated. So I didn't see anything that I liked in the pattern section. They had no fabric, and I did look through the linens, which is where I have found fabric in the past. I did not see any, and I think that the Goodwill prices were a little bit high. They had Christmas things that were, I think, 50% off, but I'm not in the market for anything Christmassy. So I went to CHKD thrift store and had a lot more luck. Tuesday, which was yesterday, was 25% off if you texted the word kids, KIDS, to a certain number that they had on the in the window of the store. And I did that, and a coupon popped up, and I was able to check out with that and get 25% off everything that I bought. So I'll show you what I found. I looked again in the linen section, which were all hanging up, and you have to be careful to look carefully because fabric is often mixed in there. And I found some wonderful fabric, and I was looking for fleece, and I was going to buy some fleece from a fabric store, but I found fleece, and I'll show you what I found. I found this fantastic purple fleece here, and I got a big cut of this. This is just a portion of it. It looks blue on the camera. It is not blue. It is very, very purple. So I got that. It's probably 2 or 3 yards of it. And the other piece that I got, if I can find it, I might not have brought it over here, was, I'll just show this to you because I can't find the piece, is this lime color, and that is showing up true to color on there. And this was probably about 3 yards, and I've already made a hat out of this. And this was a downloadable hat. Technically it's reversible. You could wear it either way. This kind of hat has ear flaps on it, and I'll put it on so I can look absolutely ridiculous. This was an adult size, and so that's what I made, and it's just cute. I really like it. And so simple. I always have to really pay attention. I ended up picking some of the stitches out. I always have to pay attention to what you insert into what when it's a reversible kind of hat, because you want it finished both on the inside and on the outside. And I ended up doing it wrong the first time, and I had to pick all that out and then read my instructions to make sure that I did it the correct way. But I love this hat. It's just so cute. I don't know who it's going to be for. I don't particularly look good in hats, not this kind of hat anyway, but I like it. And I'll show you where I got the pattern. This is from fleecefun.com. And this is the PDF that you cut out, and it has child sizes and adult sizes. This is the, I guess I cut out the, I guess that's a child size that I cut out. I cut out the 8 to 12 child, and boy, that fits my big head. So anyway, it's so simple. You just cut out the lining, and 2 pieces for the lining, 2 pieces for the exterior, and there's a little bit of a variation for the back piece. It comes down lower, and so you do that, and then you stitch them together, each piece separately, the interior part, the lining part, and then the outer part, and then sew this V closed here, and then insert one inside the other and stitch all around except leaving an opening about 3 inches in the very back. And I ended up hand stitching that. I could have done that on the machine, but I was too lazy to make the thread the same color, the bobbin and the upper thread. So that's great. So if you want a really nice hat that's gonna come out fine, it's fleecefun.com. They've got all kinds of free patterns that you could download and just tape it together and cut it out. So I was pleased with that. Oh, the other fabric that I got from CHKD was this fabric. This is a cotton print. It's sort of a damask, I think is how you say it, print. It's all cotton, and it's I think it's an off-white and just a rich brown, and this I plan to make pillows out of. So I was happy to get that. Also, those were the 3 pieces of fabric that I got. And I was going to tell you the pricing on these. Excuse me. I paid $1.99 for one piece, I don't know which one, $3.99 for another, and then $2.69 for another piece, and then take 25% off that. So $4, $5, $6, $7, $8.50 times 25%. What is that? 8 times 2, $1.60. Maybe $2 off of that. So $6 for all of the fabric that I got. So I thought that was pretty good. I also ended up with a book for my daughter by Sharon McCrum called The Ballad of Frankie Silver, I think. If you don't know Sharon McCrum, she's a wonderful North Carolina author, and it's SharynMcCrumb, I believe. She's fantastic. She writes fiction, and there's a mystery in there somewhere. They're very well done. Okay, the other thing, I made a trip last Saturday, I think it was, to Habitat for Humanity, which is close to my house, and I found a couple of patterns. These patterns had not been opened, and they're new as far as the style goes. They're both McCall's, which is one of my favorite brands, and I got this one. This is McCall's excuse me, M6758, and it's really cute. It's like a pedal pusher or long shorts, and a top or a tunic, and then a dress with like a Nehru collar on it, and it sizes 8 through 16, and these patterns were 10 cents, and the store had a sale where everything was 50% off, so I paid a nickel for that. This pattern is McCall's M5465, sizes 6 through 14, and this is it. This is a dress or a tunic. It is gathered, sort of an empire type waist. It's actually higher than that. Let's see if you can see the line art on there. It's pretty cool. And so that was a nickel also. And I think that's all I got from Habitat. Another thing, I downloaded another pattern. I don't know how I saw this, but there's a place called Twig and Tail. It might have been on Pinterest. Twig and Tail, and there was something popped up about a free pattern, and so I went to the site Twig and Tail, and it's a vest for a little girl. I guess it could be for a little boy, and it's called the Crossroads vest, and I really liked the look of it. I don't know, I printed this out so you could see what the vest looks like. They had lovely pictures on the website, and I didn't print them because it just uses up so much ink and paper, but I'm going to show you this. It's kind of a crossover, and it's supposed to button here and then button over here, and this version has little sort of flutter wings at the shoulder, which I didn't do. But that's a picture. It's just really, really cute. I liked it a lot. Excuse me. So I went to the website and I downloaded it and cut it out, and then went to place the back. and went back to the PDF that was still up on my computer, and there was no back. It was only the front, which is this piece here that that I had already laid out and started cutting. And then what I realized as I read further was that the actual pattern with the front and the back, you have to pay for. But what they offered was an alternative front part that was free. So $5 is not very much to pay for the entire pattern, but I didn't do that, and instead I just made up a back pattern, back piece. And what I actually did was I printed out another vest back from another free pattern site and kind of used that. It really didn't match up very well with the shoulder width on the free front piece from Twig and Tail, but what it did do was it let me know how wide or where I should place the neck and how wide the neck should be for the back piece. So I did use it for that, and once I got that, an idea of where that was going to lie on the fold, then I just placed the shoulder, and just went down here after I kind of got the width and the idea for the neckline, and placed the same front piece for the back piece, and I cut it. And it turned out, I think, okay. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I have not tried it on anybody. I don't have a little girl, but I'm going to see if my grandboy will let me try it on him. He's kind of funny, but I used the Mary Englebright for the lining because I had so much of it. Well, not so much, but I had enough of it left over. And I embroidered a bunny on the back. And this is the front. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can lap this over. It's, I don't know if you can see that or not, but this kind of laps over with you put a button here, and then under here, this is the piece that it won't show on the outside. It's underneath. You find a way to fasten it there, find a way to fasten it there, and it's, that's it. And there's the bunny on the back, and it's a curved front. I like it a lot, so we'll see what it looks like on a human being. I will say that the way that you finish a vest so that all the seams are finished was not easy to do. So I did have to modify. I sewed as much as I could in here with these side seams, and I ended up actually putting a stitch down here, which you can kind of see, but I don't mind it. I use like a triple beam kind of a stitch, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's it. If I can get some pictures of more of this vest, I will. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I try to come back every 1 or 2 weeks for another video with finds from thrift stores and things that I've sewn. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.